The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to OP Racing Grand National Series. We're here for another great Wednesday night of racing. I am your host. My name is K.R. Stolfus. Qualifying has gotten underway. Let's check in on a few of our drivers. This is the 18 of Harold Rothery making his way around the speedway. He is on his timed lap and looking for that start finish line. And across the line goes Rothery. He's going to end up in 5th. Top of the leaderboard, though, is the 88 of Gabe Butler. Jeff Crosby Sr. rolling out. Going to be gaining speed in that race car. Andy Brigante coming across the line. Brigante going to end up in 10th. Walters finding himself in 14th, now make it 15th. Derek Donna in that 14th spot. Derek Donna, tonight's host, or tonight's race presenter. I'll say it right sooner or later. This is the Heroes Day Off presented by Derek Donna. Vicente Guerrero in the 14 takes the green flag. Nate Warren in the 16 finds himself on the loud pedal, coming off of turn number 4 and headed for the start finish line. Nate Warren going to end up in 20th. Right now, 20 drivers have taken a qualifying time. We have quite a few who are still on the track. 14 of Guerrero, one of them, Jeff Crosby Sr. Crossing the line, as well as the 14 Vicente Guerrero into 9th. Chris Jordan, driver of the 78, out on the speedway, headed for turns 3 and 4, but we're going to step away for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as our drivers are taking to the grid. Let's go ahead and start with our lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, that is Jeff Crosby Jr. with a quick time at 51.362. To his outside, that is the 88 of Gabe Butler. Row number 2 will be Dustin Logston and Zach Fritsch. Row 3, Wayne Corbett and Jimmy Reynolds. Row number 4, Eric Laurie and Zach Workman. Row 5, be Vicente Guerrero and Doug Johnson. Excuse me. John McCarra and Anthony English for row 6. Row number 7 going to be made up of Richard Kuhn and Andy Rigante. Row 8, Harold Rothery and Dave Hunt. Row number 9, tonight's race patron Derek Donna and Ron Walters. Row 10 will be Dana Shepard and Alex Giffen. Row number 11, Jeff Crosby Sr. and Jerry Bergeron. Nate Warren and Rick Seabrands for row 12. Rick Seabrands, the first driver to not qualify. Shane Posey and Nick Wing. for row 13. Row 14, David Overstreet and Mark Mann. Row 15, Chris Jordan and Robert Thorns. Andrew Schroeder and Justin Coy make up row 16. And Lynn McNeese bringing up the tail end of the field. Field making its way through 3 and 4. Want to give a shout out to Dan Parent saying hello. Ginger Parent there as well. Ginger and Dan, if you guys want to share the history between the two of you about tonight's race name, that'd be great, because I did not get any of that information as we go green flag racing for the first time tonight. Side by side off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Gabe Butler takes over the race lead, slides down to the bottom in front of Jeff Crosby Jr. in that 33. They make their way into the tri-oval, and the first lap going to be led by Gabe Butler. Zach Critch in the 12 has his nose out in front, building that momentum in the second lane. Ooh, and Fritchie getting a bit out of shape in the 12, but reins it back in. "33 drivers taking the green flag here tonight. This is race number 2 of the season, as Jeff Crosby Jr. slices down to the inside. Our second race of the season happening here at the bumpy Daytona racetrack, the Legacy Daytona track. And so the story behind our Hero's Day Off: when Dana was serving overseas, he came home on leave, and our dad had built him a street stock car. Very cool. We had fan club shirts made that said "Racing, what heroes do on their day off." Very cool. Got any of those shirts left? I'd like to buy one. Probably a long ways away from having any in stock, but if you got any, let me know. I'll buy one. Can't have enough racing shirts, that's for sure. Ooh, contact, 2 in the wall, hard contact. Up and over. Derek Donna not having a good day off, going to have to go straight to pit road as he went up and over. Our first yellow flag of the night has come out. Take a look and see what happened here. Off the nose of Justin Coy. Justin getting 2 drivers in the course of a checkup. This off the nose of Bergeron. One last look at it here. 78 and the 46 able to shut it down and avoid any contact. Everyone headed for pit road. Looks like the entire field coming down pit lane. Zach Fritsch leading the drivers onto pit road. Harold Rothery pointed the wrong direction. Rothery going to try and spin it around and get into his pit box. Rothery's still having trouble. Good thing we're under yellow here. Gonna have a lot of time under this yellow flag to find his pit stall. Down and away, and Rothery finally gets rolling. Winning the race off of pit road, that is the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Yellow flag coming out early in this one. Just a handful of laps completed. Lights go out on the Ford Mustang, so they're going to stack up side by side. Row number 1 for this restart, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. and the 88 of Gabe Butler. Row 2 will be the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds and the 19 of Zach Workman. Doug Johnson on the inside and Sean McCara on the outside of row number 3. Pace cars down and away. Crosby Jr. and Gabe Butler begin accelerating, and the green flag is out once again as we get back at it. Side by side into turn number 1 with 33 down on the bottom, hugging that yellow line. The 88 in the outside lane trying to build some momentum. Butler slicing down to the inside down the backstretch, has the lead going into turn number 3. Workman in the 19 now going to try his hand at running the second lane. Can he get something going? Workman in the 19 can't quite clear the 88. So the 88 defending on the inside. Butler with that yellow line to his left has the 33 glued to his back bumper. Do want to point out we do have one driver off the lead lap. That is the 215 of Derek Donna. Donna just one lap down in the mix here. Should we get another yellow here quickly? Derek, as long as he doesn't have any contact with anyone else, we'll get the free pass. Still on board with Donna here as he's riding behind the 04 of Mark Mann. Lynn McNeese in the 84 and the 44 of Anthony English making some hay in the second lane. Right now, fastest lap of the race belongs to Lynn McNeese at a 47.47. Looking out the back of Vicente Guerrero as he rides around inside the top 10. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, the 71 is Sean McCara has the race lead, but the 19 building the momentum on the inside lane. Here at the bumpy Daytona track, these guys are going to give a little bit more room and not run so tight to each other's doors, and going to make for them to be able to concentrate more on driving the track. With everything bouncing around so much, it's hard to focus on everything going on around you when you're really fighting the car in the corner. And as I say that, 17 of Jimmy Reynolds pointed the wrong direction. Yellow flag is out for the second time. Anthony English with nowhere to go runs right into the back end of the 17. The yellow flag is out for the second time, and the 17 and the 44 getting caught up in this one. The 33 involved as well, but he was able to keep it from smacking anything too hard. Drivers making their way onto pit road, led by the 71 of Sean McCara. All right, with that being said, gonna take a quick little break. Don't go anywhere. Be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are racked and stacked and ready to go racing once again. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero on the inside of row number 1. Dustin Logston in the 81 on the outside. Pace car peels off for pit road. That leaves our front row in control. As the green flag comes out, we are back underway. And the yellow flag coming out as we can't make it through turns 1 and 2. Several torn up race cars. So the yellow flag is flown once again. Back-to-back yellow flags here. Good news is the Derek Donna fans, he is back on the lead lap. I expect we'll see some different strategies here. Nobody going for the stage win will come down pit road, but people towards the back, I expect to see them come down pit road and top off their fuel tank and maybe try and so-called flip the stage. And here comes Zach Workman. Workman, the only driver inside the top 10 to peel off for pit road. Vicente Guerrero, our race leader. Lights go out on the pace car this time. Everyone going to stack up side by side. 14 of Vicente Guerrero and the 12 of Zach Fritsch make up the front row for this restart. Then it's the 81 of Dustin Logston and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Row 3 going to be the 47 of Richard Kuhn and the 88 of Gabe Butler. Doug Johnson on the inside of row 4 with Nate Warren on his outside. Stephen Lane chiming in and saying hello. How you doing, Stephen? Pace car going to hit pit road here in just a moment. When it does, the 14 and the 12 will have control of the field. And here we go. Green flag is out. Our third yellow flag of the night drawn to a close. One lap shootout to end the stage. Vicente Guerrero and Zach Fritsch in control for the moment. But the 33 now has the lead in the second lane. Zach Fritsch down on the bottom in control of that bottom lane. Gonna try and make that car wide. No, he lets the 14 make a move to the outside. Here they come to the line. And at the line, it is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero who wins the stage. So Vicente Guerrero picks up the stage win. And now we roll into stage number 2. We have 32 cars on the lead lap. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. The only car not on the lead lap. He is a little bit beat up, a little bit tore up. '17. Finding himself multiple laps down. So again, the field very wiggly. Oh, and contact down the back stretch. Dana Shepard getting a piece of it. Our third yellow flag going to come out. '43 and the '83 making contact. Around goes the '81. Dustin Logston ping pong balling. Bouncing around like a ping pong ball. There we go. Dustin straightens it out and gets rolling. Andrew Schroeder in the 48 and the 99 of Alex Giffen all getting a piece of it as well. Off the nose of the 99. One last look at it here. Giffen making the hard contact with that inside wall. All right, so Stephen Lane's hanging in there. Ginger Parrot wants to know if I can explain the brackets a little. It's essentially just going to be a head-to-head competition between each drivers, starting in race number 4. You got to beat your driver in your bracket to advance to the next round, and then we will crown a bracket challenge champion. I believe it's race 8 or 9. It'll allow me to pull up the schedule here. I can tell you exactly which one it will be. Yes, week 8 will be the championship for the bracket challenge. We're going to seed. We're going to use the first 3 races to set the seeding for the bracket challenge. And it's kind of like a March Madness style bracket. You lose and you're out, and the guy who wins advances into the next round. But that starts on week number 4. Will be decided in week 8. And that is December 17th. And then we are off for Christmas. Our first off week coming for Thanksgiving. Then we'll be off for Christmas. That's it. We're only 2 off weeks. In this 19 race season. This season going to end on March 11th. The bracket is based on finishes between the drivers. So let's say it'll be like the 14 versus the 33, and then the 12 versus the 44, and the 9 versus the 10, and that's everyone's going to get seated like that, and that's week 1. And then half the field gets eliminated because you win and you advance, and then it gets reseeded. So then it could end up with the 19 versus the 33 because the 33 advanced. Well, then that field gets cut in half again because, again, you have to win to advance. It's just one shot, and at week 8, there's just going to be one driver left standing. Who that's going to be, I don't know. If I did know, Las Vegas would be calling me and want to know who it was. I'd be charging Las Vegas for that information, but I can't. I can't even tell you how that's going to go. It's going to be exciting 4 weeks of racing to see. Green flag is back out. Do we get back into it? Latrell calling the 14. I like it. Field makes its way down the backstretch. Front row side by side, Vicente Guerrero and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Do want to point out that Alex Giffen has gone behind the wall and he is not returned yet, but we have not pulled his scorecard just yet. We'll see if he can make it back out there, but not looking good for the 99. Ooh, and the 14 getting a bit wiggly. Oh, man, are they all over the place down the backstretch. But everyone settles in and we stay green. Not anymore. I was drinking my water right there. Sean McCarra in the 71 refires and gets rolling. Let's see what has brought out our 5th caution of the night. Derek Donna getting involved, Sean McCarra involved. Looked like the 388 of Doug Johnson. Not able to hold it down. Goes sliding up into the 71. Everyone making their way onto pit road. Chris Jordan driving through pit lane. Zach Workman in the 19 did not come down pit road. He was last on pit road on lap 22. Zach Fritsch in the 12 winning the race off of pit lane. 2 tire stop for him. Good mix of 2 tires and 4 tires throughout this entire field. Rich looks like he's dropping towards the back as Chris Jordan makes his way onto pit road. Workman in the 19 did not make a pit stop. He scored as our race leader. Richard Kuhn in the 47 going to start on the outside of row number 1. With these 2 quick cautions that we've had, that puts all of our drivers on the lead lap that are out there. Only 1 car out of this race. That is the 33rd place of Alex Giffen. Lights are out, pace car is down, and here we go. Once again, green flag is out as our 5th yellow flag of the night. Done and over with. Workman in the 19. Holding on to that track position that he gained by not coming down pit road. Richard Kuhn in the 47. Finding himself challenging in the second lane. They make their way down the back stretch. The 19 and the 47 battling side by side. Take a look at the field towards the back. '53 of Dave Hunt had his fair share of issues in this one. He is still out there. The 215 of Derek Donna has been on pit road for the last 5 minutes. So heavy damage to that race car and trying to work on it. On board with the 46 of David Overstreet. Derek Donna has rejoined the race in the 215. Car little beat up, a little worse for wear. Multiple laps down, but still out there, still chugging along. Down to the final 25 laps of this race. Had quite a few yellow flags leading up to this point. But we've been in a long stretch of it here. We might see our first round of green flag pit stops. Jimmy Reynolds peeling off for pit road. Good heads up move by the 17 as the field was coming around to lap him. He decided it was a good time to hit pit lane. So the 17 making a pit stop as the field, so that the field had a clear racetrack. And look out, folks, the 4 who started towards the back of the pack quietly has worked his way forward. Last week's race winner finds himself at the front of the field here in the closing 23 laps. Rick C. Rans, Lynn McNeese, been hanging out towards the back of the pack, but felt it was time to go and get towards the front, and both of them have managed to do just that. As Rick slides down to the inside, still have 32 drivers out on the speedway. Only one car out of the race, that is the 99 of Alex Giffen. Derek Donna scored in 32nd spot, multiple laps down. Jimmy Reynolds in 31st finds himself 1 lap down. Soon to be 2 as the 4 gets a little sideways in turns 3 and 4. On board with Doug Johnson. He's behind the 43 of Dana Shepard. Shepard has had his fair share of moments in this race. We'll call them moments. Shepard's still out there, still inside the top 15. Driver of the 84, that is Lynn McNeese. He is our new race leader. Zach Workman in danger of going a lap down. He's the last car on the lead lap, and he is just ahead of Jimmy Reynolds. As here comes the entire field to swallow up the 17 and the 19. Reynolds in the 17 going to the high side. And the 9 is turned around. The 388 goes sideways. Now we collect the 10 as the 17 into the wall, and the 17's taking a detour. Ron Walters getting involved in this. And it looked like 17 bounced off the wall and maybe chain reaction to this little incident. Well, I don't know. Take what you will from that. I don't think the 17 necessarily caused that one. Maybe had a slight influence on it. The 9 clears him. The 388 comes up the track. Take a look off the nose. High hood. Hood looks good. So a yellow flag comes out once again as we work our 6th yellow flag of the night. Lynn McNeese going to win the race off of pit road. So now we're going to rack them and stack them once again. Field makes its way onto the front stretch. Lights are out on the pace car. It will be heading for pit road this time. And here we go. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Down to 14 laps to go in this one. Everyone making what should have been their final pit stop. Lynn McNeese, Zach Fritsch running 1 and 2. Fritchie now making the move to the second lane. As several cars go spinning. Nate Warren, Dave Hunt, Andy Brigante brings out our 7th yellow flag of the night. Brigante, hard impact to the inside wall. Good grief. Trying to back this up far enough. 7,000 things happened right there, and all my timing and scoring caught all of it. So trying to back this up far enough to tell us a story. Oh, yellow flag is out once again. Andy Brigante in the 13. Not coming down pit road with everyone else. Zach Fritsch staying out. In fact, the top 20 have stayed out. Just a few of the drivers have come down pit road to top off their fuel tanks. Lights have gone out on the safety car. Lynn McNeese, Zach Fritsch on the front row for this restart. Dustin Logston and Jeff Crosby Jr. for row number 2. Row 3 is Zach Workman and Rick Seabrands. Green flag is back out and we are underway once again. Inside of 10 laps to go. Zach Fritch in the 12, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Those two working the second lane. This one's getting down to the nitty gritty. The 12 slides down to the inside right in front of Lynn McNeese. Dustin Logston, third car on the inside line. Keep an eye on him. Logston looking for his first win here on Wednesday night this season. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, would love to go back to back. He picked up the win last Wednesday. But right now, Zach Fritch has control of everything. He is out in front, down on the bottom lane. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping here. We have 29 cars on the lead lap. First car not on the lead lap. That is the 83 of Shane Posey. Posey 2 laps down. Derek Donna 6 laps down. Then Jimmy Reynolds out of the race along with Alex Giffen. We started this race with 33 drivers. We're down to 29 eligible for the race win. And I say that because you got to be on the lead lap when the white flag drops. Right now, Shane Posey, Derek Donna not on the lead lap. Derek Donna, tonight's race patron, not having the night he would have liked to have had here on the Heroes' Day Off. However, it's always a good time when you get to race. Oh, and around they go, down to the inside. No yellow flag as we're within 10 laps to go. iRacing cautions only inside of 10 laps. All of that happening down below the yellow line off the racing surface, so iRacing will not call that yellow flag. Now 3 laps to go. Zach Fritch, Lynn McNeese still side by side. Richard Kuhn in the 47, the next one to be swallowed up by the pack. Kuhn doing a great job earlier in this race, was out in front. How quickly your fortunes can change at a super speedway. Now 2 laps to go. Just one more time around to seal the deal and make it an all-out sprint to the checkered. Lynn McNeese in the 84, hanging tough down on the bottom line. Jeff Crosby Jr. leading the second lane. Everyone pushing hard here. Oh, maybe a little bit too hard. They're fanning out. And the front of this battle still haven't quite settled it down. Off of turn number 4. racing towards the white flag. And it looks like Workman may be out of fuel. But we take the white flag. Workman gets rear-ended. But Lynn McNeese keeps his foot in it. Zach Fritsch hanging tough on the outside. Fritchie gonna get the momentum. Clears the 84, stays, in trouble. And they go spinning from third on back. That leaves Zach Fritsch and Dustin Logston running 1 and 2. Rick Seabrands in third, but can he close the gap to make a difference? Here they come off of turn number 4. Logston makes a move to the outside. Was it too late? It looks like it was. The 12 of Zach Fritsch at the line. Zach Fritsch picks it up. Dustin Logston in second. And third goes to Rick Seabrands in the number 4. Dustin Logston making the move off of turn number 4, but just did not have the momentum to get it done. And Zach Fritsch picks up the win here tonight. Look at the rest of our running order. We already talked about our top 3. Harold Rothery with a great drive to finish in 4th. Gabe Butler 5th. 6th goes to Mark Mann. 7th place going to Nate Warren. Sean McCara 8th. 9th Doug Johnson. Gary Bergeron 10th. 11th goes to David Overstreet. Chris Jordan in 12th. 13th Nick Wing. Anthony English 14th. 15th Vicente Guerrero. Dwayne Corbett 16th. 17th Dana Shepard. Jeff Crosby Jr. in 18th spot. 19th goes to Ron Walters. Jeff Crosby Sr. 20th. 21st Eric Laurie. Justin Coy 22nd. 23rd Dave Hunt. Andy Regante 24th. 25th Lynn McNeese. 26th Zach Workman. Andrew Schroeder 27th. 28th goes to Richard Kuhn. Shane Posey 29th. 30th Robert Thorns. Derek Donna 31st, 32nd Jimmy Reynolds, and 33rd goes to Alex Giffen. All right, let's move on into our post-race interviews, and let's kick it off by talking to the driver of the 12, and that is none other than Zach Fritsch. Zach, congratulations on the race win.
Appreciate you, KR.
Man, oh man, that was kind of was a knockout, drag-out fight out there tonight.
Oh, for sure. These with the hot track, with the hot track, it was just super slick. Everybody was all over the place. Everybody was trying to fight for position. It looks like I kind of bumped Lynn up to Jeff there. I tried not to, but it just, like I said, it was super slick. And luckily all held on, saved on, tried to keep going. And then the 19 ended up blowing up, and then coming around the final lap, and it saw me and Logston were clear, and I made sure I told him, he was in my chat, and I said, hey, you go for this win too. Don't be just sitting there pushing me to the, to the line. You try to go up and get this bad boy yourself too. Do whatever you need to do. So, but it was definitely a good 1-2 punch for that. And other than that, how slick it was, you had to have both hands on the wheel. There was no drinking my flavored water.
Oh man. What a rough night.
It was.
All right, man. Well, you pick up the race win here tonight with this one. Shout outs, thank yous. Anything you need to add that you haven't so far?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to the team that was with me. There was a lot in our group. I mean, it was Workman, Sean, Junior, Nate, Senior, Logston, Richard Kuhn. So we had quite a few guys in our chat, and we were all just hanging out, having a good time on this Wednesday, on this nice hump day. You know, I hope you are too. Shout out to you. Shout out to the wife letting me do this, to the Fan Bam and all the OP and all of its admins, and special shout out to all the sponsors, you know, to get you on here full time so I get to come, well, cross my fingers, get to see you like I do every week like this, you know?
Man, I'll tell you what, it's been a good time.
That's good. So, and then huge shout out to Pete for the extra life bracket challenge that's going to be coming up. So,
a lot of questions being asked about that one. A lot of people looking forward to it, including myself.
Cool. Yeah. Just to let you know for next week or whatever, I already updated it for this week. If you didn't click on that link to show people, I already updated, like, filtered drivers in where they're at already. I'm going to go ahead and probably update it right after this race. It's just to let you know so you could show it off next week if you'd like. So,
okay. Sounds good,
right,
man. Once again, congratulations on the race win.
Thank you, KR.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Zach Fritsch, driver of the 12, picking up the race win here tonight, getting it done as he beats the 81 to the finish line. But 81 didn't give up and gave it his best shot. Let's find out how Dustin Logston feels about his second place finish here tonight. Dustin, congratulations on second place, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Been a while since I've been up here talking with you, KR.
That it has. We get to hang out before the race, but man, I can't recall the last time I got to talk to you in the post race.
It's been a hot minute. That's for damn sure.
Well, you brought this one home in second place. That 81 looked like it had a pretty good race all night long.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. We kept it clean. Working with a bunch of the boys, Fritchie being one of them, Crosby Jr., Senior, Kuhn, Nate, Workman. I mean, it was fun. Kind of got a little tangle there just before the stage. I don't know what happened above me, but something happened. I think it was the 43 at Shepherd got turned or hooked, and he right rear hooked me, and I went for a spin cycle down the backstretch there. Had about 2.5 minutes worth of damage, but we were able to get that fixed up. So car was still solid, just kept trucking away.
Well, I'm glad you did, because that put the 81 in the second spot, and I get a chance to talk to you here in the post-race show. So, man, nice job. Any other shout-outs, thank yous that you need to add?
Oh, yeah. I got, again, all the guys that we were running with. It was fun. Hate to see the wreck happen behind us. I seen a lot more of the side of Junior's car than what I wanted to, and seeing that it was just Fritchie and I wasn't just going to give it to him. So I tried to time it and was just off, just barely, but it was a close finish there at the line, but it was a good race. So congrats to Fritch on that one there. It was a good win for him. Glad to bring it home P2, but got to thank everybody that's on board here. We got to thank Icon Apparel Company, iRacing iFlag, got to thank Boozy Jerky, Victory Fuel, EPI setups, got to thank Dusty Pete's. It's everybody that's on here, helps us out and allows us to come out here and have fun. And every once in a while we luck out and get to come up here in the booth and hang out with you, KR. So it was a good night.
I think it was a good night as well, man. So congratulations on that second place.
I appreciate it.
Dustin Logston, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the 81, bringing it home in second place. Now it's time to move on to our third and final step of the podium. That is the driver of the 4, last week's race winner, gaining another podium finish here tonight. That is none other than Rick Seabrands. Rick, congratulations on third place.
Hey, thanks, man. We definitely didn't earn it, but we'll take it tonight, man. That was one of the most ill-handling race cars I think I've ever raced in my life, man. That thing, it was just, she was a handful all night, man. I don't know what anybody else been saying about their cars, but man, our Jack Daniels Chevrolet was just really, really, really loose out there. But super happy to bring it home in third. A lot had to happen there. Unfortunate for all those guys that were involved in that, but yeah, we'll take it.
Well, it seemed like that 4 hung out at the back of the pack for most of the race. And then I think it was like 20 laps to go. All of a sudden, boom, you're at the front.
Yeah, we had some pretty good strategy there. That was the strategy, but just we didn't care about stage points tonight. So we just wanted to stay out of the mess, and the track was just so hot that you couldn't stop very well, and we didn't want to be up in the mix. We knew we weren't going to be able to get up front, at that point anyways, and we were just going to be kind of mid pack. And if something happened, we just didn't want to get ran over and hurt our chances at all. And yeah, that was kind of the strategy. But they made some good calls with tires and fuel and stuff and certain points to get us a little bit of track position there. So yeah, super fortunate to bring it home tonight on the podium.
Well, man, nice job. And man, anything else you'd like to add? Thank yous. I love yous. Hugs to.
Thank you to you. You do such a good job for OP and all the sponsors that sponsor these races and the platform that brings it to the fans as well as the fans tuning in. Man, this has been and OP for giving us a fun place to race here on Wednesday nights.
All right, Rick. Well, congratulations on 3rd place, man. Nice job.
All right, thank you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, bringing it home in 3rd place. So that is going to do it for us. I do hope you all enjoyed the show. I thank everyone for participating in YouTube chat, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. So until then, y'all stay safe. Have a good night.